This is Donald Duck Quack Attack. Welcome to Words of Ignorance, where I make short videos on short games for those who love gaming, but don't have a whole lot of time to do so. Today's game being Donald Duck Quack Attack, or Goin Quackers outside of Europe. Donald Duck Quack Attack is built upon the OG Mario classic, but instead of Bowser kidnapping Peach, it's the evil Murloc kidnapping Daisy Duck, who's on live television reporting about his castle, while these heroes from Walmart are watching. As per usual in the Donald Duck universe, Donald and Gladstone then battle it out in the ultimate simp competition to be the first to rescue Daisy. Gladstone instantly books it to get a head start on Donald, granting Donald the advantage of using Gyro's new teleport device. But you guessed it, the thing doesn't have the power to reach Murloc's lair.
At the moment, my machine doesn't have enough power. I need your help.
Shifting Donald's objective to become an antenna planning bitch boy to power it up. So now, in order to reach Murloc, he has to stick his antenna into 4 worlds, consisting of 3 to 4 platform levels and a boss fight. And honestly, shit's pretty fun. Piss easy, but fun nonetheless. I mean, I beat this thing in 1 hour and 46 minutes. Considering its target demographic, like, duh. Speaking of which, I actually got a bit of history with this game. I was the target demographic. I always used to play this game over at my grandparents' house as a 5 to 6 year old, having to control Donald with a joystick. One of these bad boys, you know. And while I beat the game in about 3 minutes this time around, younger me was the living proof this adventure was more than enough for the intended audience. I could never beat it. Still had a good time with it though. It really ain't that bad of a game. So, in order to rescue Daisy, Donald has to jump, kick and scream his way through these levels that are defended by his nephew's enchanted toys. It really is as simple as that. There are a couple not so hidden secrets per level to craft new outfits. There are these purple presents to pop to restore health, as Donald has a buffer of taking 1 extra hit before death. Or you got these gears scattered around or yoinked in red presents to grab an additional life, upon reaching 100 of them. There are actual 1-ups to obtain as well, and beating a level rewards you additional 1-ups based on points. Because, you know, target demographic is gonna need them lives. Most spectacular thing this game does is giving you special finishing moves after spelling the word special through obtaining 5 glowing gears within 1 second, 7 times a level. Donald's nephew's got a cute laboratory to explain and practice the ones unlocked as well, in case you'd need to. Shit's pretty cool, but can only be activated by R1 after jumping on 3 enemies consecutively without touching the ground. Its reward, netting you a whole lot of nothing. So yeah, I never even used it once. Aside from this clip, I specifically booted the game back up for. Still a pretty cool feature though. for what I'd essentially label a rushing simulator. Quite literally in the levels where a giant hand is trying to smack your ass. There really is no incentive to take your time, other than the cosmetic secrets, and the timer up top doesn't really help either. And with it being a kids game, the enemy difficulty punishing rushed gameplay isn't exactly to be expected either. They're more so props than obstacles. While this could have been polished a little better by i.e. increasing the time limit and or length of the levels, or making the enemies more of a threat, the gameplay isn't unenjoyable by any means. The levels genuinely have some pretty cool designs, with its bouncy spiderwebs, crumbling rocks, time platforming and jump on head combos. Not to mention the variety in perspective. One level you're running forward in 3D, the next rightwards in 2D, only to then get chased by this big ass hand while running towards the screen. For its early 2000s era, the levels look pretty good too, with its thematically fitting assets and enemies, detailed enough surroundings, warm colors and everything looking smoothly polished to the point of almost glistering. The forest with its foliage and waterfalls, the haunted house with its dark and spooky vibes, the Duckburg streets full of construction and garbage, the temple stages overflowing with lava. The levels and character animations look smooth as well, with i.e. construction workers bouncing around on their drills, a grandma swinging their sword at you, or these wombats going like Donald's stupid idol and taking damage animations are really well done too. Probably my favorite of the game. I don't know why this guy always has to yell like a newborn baby though. Like, take a Snickers, bro, goddamn. A thing to note here is how fucking crazy the version differences are. While I played the PS2 version for this video, the N64/Dreamcast/PC version, as well as the PlayStation 1 version are vastly different from each other, for whatever reason. Completely different soundtracks, levels, bosses, hub worlds, perspectives. The difference between PlayStation 1 and 2 is negligible, but the difference between those two and the others, they're almost completely different games. Not sure what influenced this decision, nor do I care enough about this game to look into that. But me, personally, I prefer the Dreamcast/N64/PC Gyrolab hub world and soundtrack, but the general look and feel of the PlayStation 2. Which to me is the version that feels the most complete. Do with that as you will. The game looks good, but just doesn't play well. Controlling Donald makes it feel like every single level is an ice level, with how much he's sliding off of every surface. But my fucking god, is the depth perception some dookie. Estimating where you will land is just guesswork. Donald's got this ass fucking circle of a shadow you'll never notice thanks to its size, but also because it appears a millisecond before landing, when it's far too late to correct anyway. As if I wasn't dying enough to these garbage hitboxes already. Whether we're talking enemies or objects, these hitboxes are just not it. You're spamming attacks, you take damage. You land right on their head. You take damage. You're not even close to an object or enemy. You guessed it. You take
damage.
Dead.
Whoever designed these, I hope you stub your pinky toe, man. This just ain't fair. The gameplay is sluggish at best, and my subpar gaming skills ain't really helping either. But Donald Duck Quack Attack isn't by any means a bad game. Despite these core flaws, I still enjoyed running through the levels, interacting with platform, object and enemy gimmicks, and glancing at the PlayStation 2 worthy visuals. Music's pretty good too. The music going on muffled upon taking damage and hyping back up upon drinking an HP up milkshake is a nice touch as well. I also think the 3D rendered FMVs add a whole lot to the game as a whole. Wish there were more than just 2 though. I wish there were more cutscenes in general, really. Aside from the occasional defeat boss cutscene, the game has no story whatsoever. It's the purest form of a hub world level selector, and the highlight being Gyro going like, "Oh, my machine has more power, Donald!" Otherwise it's just a beat level, a teleport out, run to teleporter, teleport in, and that's just lame. The game's got some replay value through the secrets and these Gladstone time trials, but these are barely engaging enough to even slightly care about. Glad they at least cutscened up the boss fights though. They're easily the highlights of this game, with their unique attack patterns, funny gimmicks and different ways to dispatch of them. Really like the FOV in these as well, either having a clear view of the entire level or running in circles around them. My favorite is without a doubt the chicken. I mean, look at this goofy ass, man.
I found a nickel.
Look, this game isn't some masterpiece that a lot of heart and soul was poured into, but it definitely is quite a bit of fun for what it's meant to be. A quick and easy cash grab aimed at small children's parents. And I just have to respect that.